Hey everyone, Firemac here. We're on to episode 3 now of Asagao Academy, and hopefully we get to choose a boyfriend finally. Well, a boy. Can't say it's gonna be a boyfriend right away. I mean, that's the whole point of this game. Alright. Not only was Satch impossibly kind, but being around him felt easy, refreshing. Like being doused in the mist of a waterfall. Oh gosh, what was I thinking? Yeah, it's a dirty thought. My cheeks hot. I left the library, 2 surprisingly heavy books under one arm. I settled into bed, eager to get started with my new reading material, but Mai was sitting at her desk, carving a pencil idly into the pages of a notebook. Every few minutes she released a long, drawn-out sigh as the lead of her pencil whined against the paper. I lowered my book and took the bait. Is something wrong, Mai? She let out another dreary sigh. I hope Jared noticed me this year. Oh, she really wants Jared. Does Jared know you like him? Mai whirled around in feigned shock.
What?
I don't like Jared. Oh, but weren't you just... Oh, okay, you just want Senpai to notice you. Okay. I closed my book and set it aside, deciding to play along. Well, if you had at least tried talking to him? No, I mean, I have before. Why don't you try again? Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, girl. Yeah, girl. Just go talk to him again. She bobbed her head from side to side, considering this is like it never crossed her mind before. Yeah, maybe I could do that. Satisfied, I picked my book back up. Have you ever had a boyfriend, Hannah?
What?
Huh? Me? No. Never.
Really?
Really? Yeah, man, really? Never? Never. I bet you 10,000 yen that you meet a totally cute boy here and fall in love by the end of the school year. I think you probably win that bet. You're crazy! I buried my face in the book, burying Mai from any further discussion. Fall in love by the end of the year? Me? If I were a betting kind of girl, I'd take that bet. I woke the next morning with what felt like a lizard in my throat. What does that even mean? Maya was already up, shuffling through her school bag with an enigmatic grin. The first day of school.
Hannah!
You're finally awake! Her voice sliced through the air like a knife, and I winced. She was definitely a morning person. I'm not. It's time for the first day of school. Aren't you excited? I can't wait to see what's gonna happen. What do you mean? Is something special happening today? Something strange always happens on the first day of school, especially to someone like you. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? She winked. She's planning something.
What?
Someone like me?
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean. No, I don't. Are you talking about the hair? It's the hair? It's the hair. She smiled and started messing with a pile of papers on her desk. Shaking my head, I got out of bed and pulled my uniform out of my closet. My palms sweat as I held the gold vest and blue jacket. Was it really possible for things to be different here than they were at home? Dun dun dun! What if the problem wasn't actually the school? I shook the thoughts out of my head and changed into my uniform. Oh! What is it? You look so cute! Oh, gee, thanks. Gee, thanks. I try. He crept up my neck.
Yeah!
Ja! Yes, completely. Your hair matches your uniform so well. You look like a flower blooming straight out of the ground. I went back into Undertale mode back there. Thank you. Water stung the back of my eyes. I turned to start packing my backpack. Why was I getting so worked up about something as little as this? I must have gotten less sleep than I thought. Is something wrong? No, nothing's wrong. I'm just happy. How dumb was that? I started crying at the first sign of someone being nice to me? I took a deep breath to steady my nerves. with an oddly menacing boom. Ow. All the air left my lungs as something like horse hooves slammed against my back. Sounds like she just smacked her back. Irk. You'll do just fine. Don't worry, this is gonna be awesome. I stiffly peered over my shoulder. That was you?
What?
Huh? Mai stood behind me, her hand raised. Somehow she had the strength of a bodybuilder. Nothing. I was just about to zip my bag up when I spotted the book Satch gave me lying on my nightstand. The Prince's Betrothed. He said that if I ever needed to be transported somewhere far away, I could take it with me. It was pretty good so far. Maybe it would be smart to bring it along, just in case I had no one to talk to between class periods. Would I need it for my first day of class? Yeah, I'll take it. Oh, I just noticed, as I'm hovering over Take It here, I'm just looking at the posters back there. Tortured Souls, the only My Guitar Understands Me World Tour, Obsession, Alvin Stein, then what looks like possibly Pro Jared there without a shirt, and then a cats and dogs. Okay. I put into my already overfull bag, biting my lip. It never hurt to be prepared, right? You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Stick my head with me and you'll be fine. I know she didn't say head, but the or just got in there. I opened the door and together we stepped into the hallway, merging into a steady flow of chittering girls and fruit-flavored perfume. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. I did not know we lived on the same floor. Oh my gosh, what a coincidence. No way, really? That's so awesome. Now we'll be able to catch up. Whatever happened between you and... The river of girls shifted as we headed down the stairs. Suddenly I found myself surrounded by a bunch of people I didn't know.
What a jerk.
Oh wow, what a jerk he turned out to be. My exclamations fade into the buzz of voices in the air. Oh no. What would I do if we got separated? Anxiously, I searched the crowd of girls for Mai, but I couldn't find her. Everyone was dressed in the same Asagao uniform. It was difficult to tell anyone apart. It being so short really didn't help the situation. As we turned the last corner down the stairwell, I saw a flash of red hair a little ways in front of me. Mai? I reached between the two girls and tapped her on the shoulder. Dang, Mai. Who? She looked so pissed. The girl's eyes flashed, almost like a jolt of electricity shot through them. I'm sorry, I thought you were someone else. She said nothing and turned away. Before I knew it, I stood outside Primrose House, watching the flow of girls disperse across the campus. Mai was nowhere to be seen. I couldn't even hear her chirpy voice. Oh man. I took a deep breath, biting my lip. How does that work? I can't do that. Would that work? I don't know. That's weird. This wasn't a big deal. I could go to class alone. ... But I didn't even know where the building was. I mean, it's kind of like one building. I reached into my backpack and dragged out my class schedule. Homeroom, 206 Poppy Hall. Again with that Poppy, man. That Poppy. Which one was Poppy Hall again? Weren't the classrooms on the other side of the campus? I picked a direction and began to walk, trying to ignore my rising panic at the thought of arriving late to the first day of class. As a third year, where no one knew me, all the people staring.
Hey!
Oh, it's John! I recognize that voice. Hey, you okay? I look a little lost. Someone called out to me, and I turned around, almost jumping for joy. Ick! Ick! When I froze. A Normal Boots jacket. He was a part of the Normal Boots Club. So is this like gonna continue to like have this one-on-one meeting with like all the dudes before I finally choose someone? Is that what's gonna happen? I feel like it's gonna happen. When I froze the Normal Boots jacket, he was part of the Normal Boots Club. I could practically feel my tongue swelling in my mouth. This was a Normal Boots Club member. I had to make a good impression. He was one of the founders, right? Then he must be JONTRON. Yes, I'm new, but I don't know where Poppy Hall is. You're a freshman? No problem. My class is in Poppy Hall. I'll walk you there.
Really?
That would be wonderful, thank you. Was this really happening? He began walking toward a large brick building in an enthusiastic manner, pumping his arms up and down like he was in some kind of show tune. Ha! Just like his opening. Dun, 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 dun. Right. I fell into a step beside him. I didn't notice when Mai pointed him out to me yesterday, but JONTRON had big brown eyes and a warm-looking face. He was basically a human puppy. A human puppy. Okay. I glanced up at him out of the corner of my eye. Eep! A bird! On his shoulder! Yeah, and he's got his own little jacket too. It's kind of awesome. Birds always made me uncomfortable. Something about the ease with which they could poke out someone's eye. Is something wrong? Why'd you stop? No, nothing's wrong. He followed my gaze to the bird on the shoulder.
Hey.
Oh, this is Jock. Isn't he cute? Oh, if I could do a robot voice, I would do it right now. Nice to meet you. That's probably, I'm gonna give him like a Terminator voice. Why not? It spoke. Yeah. He put his hand to his shoulder. Jock jumped into his palm. Jock is a robot bird, see? Hello. Oh, I just noticed his eyes actually lit up too. That's awesome. Jack's eyes gleamed with a dangerous red when he spoke, but nothing else suggested he wasn't a normal bird. In fact, if I hadn't known better, I would have said the red in his eyes was painted on. Nice. That's amazing! Jocks twitched his head to the side, examining me in return. The more he looked at me, the less afraid I was. What are you looking at?
What?
What? Nothing, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, Jocks can be a little sassy. A sassy bird. Who are you calling sassy? I'm not the sassy one here. Don't forget to feed you. I totally misread that, but you know what? I'm gonna roll with it. Jock, that was one time! I was alone and starving in the frozen tundra of this empty world, loveless, afraid. Ignore him. I've been bringing him with me to the drama club, and he's taken a little too well to it. I see how it is. Shut me out and like I have nothing to add to the conversation. Jock retook his place on John's shoulder, this time facing away from us, as if miffed. We resumed our walk towards Poppy Hall. I'm JONTRON, by the way. Call me John. Hannah, nice to meet you.
Hana.
Hana? That's a cute name. So, as I'm understanding here, the game wants me to say Hana. You know, like as if I was actually Japanese. It's such a Hannah. But when, you know, alright, fine. I'll play along, game. I'll play along. Hana. Hana? That's a cute name. Well, thank you. So how long have you had Jock? Since middle school. We've been together for 4 years now. Ain't that right? I'm not listening. Yeah, well, I love him to death. I don't know what I'd do without him. It seemed like life would be a lot easier without him. But who was I to say? We arrived at the brick building. A white sign surrounded by poppies declared it to be, unsurprisingly, Poppy Hall. The heck's a poppy? Is that like a flower? Is that like a flower, everybody? Which room are you in? Room 206.
Really?
Seriously? Me too! Yes? That's my room, I called it. We're in the same class. John laughed and clasped me on the shoulder. Wonderful. I guess I'll be seeing more of you then, right?
Yeah.
Right. Together we entered Poppy Hall. Poppy Hall was lined with fluorescent lights and Asagao blue lockers. The lack of students milling around in the hallway indicated we were a bit late. We ran up the stairs and made it into the classroom just as the bell rang. My heart caught in my throat. Thankfully, the teacher hadn't come yet. Instead, students clumped into the tight pods and milled around the classroom, catching up on vacation news.
John.
Thanks so much for showing me around. Showing me the class, John.
See you later.
No problem. See you around. As he takes his seat right behind me, he waved and disappeared to the Wrigley Mass students. Glanced around the room, looking for an empty seat.
Hana.
Hana. My peer peeled herself out from between a cuddling couple. Was that JONTRON? Were you just talking to JONTRON? No, right? Yeah. My eyes widened, and I couldn't help feeling a little smug. Do I get to join the hidden normal boots club by the end of this game? Because that'd be kind of cool. I realized I didn't know the way to class after you and I got separated, and he offered to walk me. Well, I emitted a highly pressurized squeal. JONTRON walked you to class? Oh my gosh, you had to tell me everything. She grabbed me by the wrist and pulled me to an empty desk in the back corner of the room, right next to the window. I saved you a seat. I slid in, took off my backpack, hooking it on the side of my desk. I was a little bit worried the books inside were too heavy for the bag to handle, but so far, it held up well. Sorry we got separated, by the way. It can get a little chaotic sometimes. Was it like a convention out there? What the heck? So tell me, what happened? What did he say? What did he smell like? Does he have peach fuzz? Is it rough? Wait, what? These are very important questions I'm asking. You need to answer them. Was his hair super silky, or did it have the roughness of a dog's coat? They're really rolling with this dog thing. Before I could answer, the door to the front of the room slid open, and a tall woman strolled in. The class went quiet and obediently slid into their seats. My heart beat fiercely, blood rushing through my ears.
Class?
Good morning, class, Miss Shizuka. Shizuka. The teacher's melodious voice swam through the room, calming the buzzing high of the students back from break. My shoulders relaxed, my fear ebbed away. I'm your teacher, Shizuka Wakahisa. You may call me Miss Shizuka. The emphasis she placed on the word led me to believe calling her Mrs. wasn't a mistake she would take lightly. She's single. Don't need no man. Some of you might have noticed that we have a new student this semester. Ah, shit, here we go. A hail of murmurs passed through the class. Some people glanced at me. Nope, there was the fear again. Would you like to come up and introduce yourself? No. I nodded, stood slowly, walked to the front of the room, counting my steps to make sure I wouldn't fall. I faced the class, took a deep breath to introduce myself, and noticed a familiar face in the crowd. Dang, son, even Shane and PBG are here? There was John sitting with two other boys wearing Old Boots Club jackets. One of the boys, the tallest one, was staring at me, the barest of frowns on his face. Something about him seemed really familiar. Wait, he was PUG, wasn't he? The other founder of the Normal Boots Club? Suddenly, all the strength left my knees. What should I do? Why was he frowning? Was it possible that I already made a bad impression on him? You had to be kidding me. If he didn't like me, what did that mean about everyone else? Wouldn't they follow his lead? I swallowed. The faces of the class began to congeal, forming one giant blob. You moved from Amirisu, right? I nodded, swallowed again. And then, like a beacon of light, I noticed Mai smiling, giving me a thumbs up. That's right. What would Mai do in this situation?
Yes, I've just moved here. My name is Hana Mizuno. I transferred from Amiririsu Public High School.
Cool, I didn't have to say a word.
I'm really excited to be here. I hope you'll all take good care of me from now on.
Well, she got a standing ovation. I bowed my head to the class and they clapped politely. When I looked up, PBG wasn't frowning, but he still seemed oddly confused. Maybe he always looked like that. Isn't it? Yeah, didn't PBG's wife work on this or something? Is that what's going on here? Yeah, I think that's what that is. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like there's something there. Maybe he always looked like that. Thank you. You may be seated. I returned to my seat, having a small sigh. The hardest part of the day was over. Shizuka began to talk about standard procedure for the semester, the rules for classes, when homework was due, that sort of thing. Excuse me. It was all very familiar. It was all very similar to my old school. I spaced out in spite of myself. A brief flicker of movement caught my eye. PBG again. Uh-oh. 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 I glanced at him. His head snapped back to the blackboard. What's his problem? Class continued on like that until finally the bell rang and it was time for lunch. He jealous. PBG's jealous. Ugh. My stretched her arms over her head and yawned. And I just realized I'm at my limit, so we'll find out what's wrong with PBG next episode, guys. So this is Firemac saying bye-bye, see you next time. Toodles.